Hey guys, Wizard Oak is here, and we are going to discuss more previews of Magic the Gathering, the Throne of Eldraine. And of course, let's start with some of the news release of the spoilers right now. Of course, like Beloved Princess, the Seven Dwarves. God knows how many. Even a freaking gingerbread man, for God's sake. So let's see what they have to offer. First on our list is the Seven Dwarves. And oh my god, wait for this, guys. This is rule bending. This card is a different than any play sets out there. Okay, if some of you guys are still new to Magic, obviously the rules will say you need about 4 in as a full set. But the Seven Dwarves basically can flip that rule upside down and basically rewrite it. It can go up to 7 cards to play. So you can put 7 cards in your deck named the Seven Dwarves. And oh my god, it is ridiculous. Cause look, this is what it said. If Seven Dwarves will get 1/1 if for each creature named the Seven Dwarves you controlled. Of course, and here's the other rule bending, a deck can hold up to 7 cards named the Seven Dwarves. That's actually freaking fantastic. I'm definitely going to play that card. And even of course the Seven Dwarves of each of them all have 2/2. If you're going to put one, they're going to be 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. So yeah, ridiculous, and even though that will go up to 8 on their PowerPoint. But yeah, the Seven Dwarfs is going to be fantastic. It's not end of turn, it's just like each time you probably draw and put it in the field, even though it's only cheap, it's only like one colorless and one mana cost. Fantastic. I'm seriously going to say this is one of the top common cards in my list for now. Just for now, see any other preview cards, which Magic will be field later. In my list, after talking about the Seven Dwarfs, we need to talk about Beloved Princess. Beloved Princess is a lifelink creature, of course. It's white, which of course only costs 1 white mana, and even of course Beloved Princess cannot be blocked by a creature with a power of 3 or greater than 3. So she's goddamn ridiculous. If your opponent have like stronger creatures or whatever, and you're basically kinda need some life, well guess what? This girl is gonna give you a life. And even though she's not a goddamn Disney princess, but she's a goddamn magic princess. In our list, of course, after talking about our beloved princess, we had to talk about True Love First. Well, True Love Kiss. I cannot say first because they said True Love Kiss. So yeah, if you know your stereotype, Disney movies that every Disney princess always have a true love first kiss, or stuff like that. Well, apart from Frozen, that's kind of like a, you know, punch a guy in the face, basically. So yeah, True Love Kiss is a 4 mana cost with 2 whites included. Of course, it can exile artifact or enchantment, and then you draw a card. What I think of it? I think it's okay. It's not the great, but it's probably good if you're playing a mana white in the future, if you're playing draft or God knows what. But I just feel like I don't know. I kind of don't really much into it. Like unless I have more rights than I don't have in in draft. So yeah, I mean, if you are playing draft, basically put that spell in your deck. This is gender brute. I don't mean like a person with ginger hair or ginger freckles, because I'm not making any genderist jokes here, but I'm talking about a natural gingerbread man here. Well, gingerbread person. So yeah, Gender Brute is of course a 1 mana cost, and it got haste, which is fantastic. Even though it's an artifact and a food golem, of course, if you pay one, of course, on one of his ability, the Gender Brute cannot be blocked on this turn, except by a creature with haste. So, if you have a creature with haste, that's good enough if you're up against it. So yeah, I mean that's kind of fantastic. Kind of makes sense on basically like you got a flyer and this person has a flyer in both clans. Kind of makes sense on that one. Other is of course, which of course since it's a food, not a food token, but a food creature. Of course, if you know the food tokens routine, you best gain 3 lives, basically 3 lives. Next on our list is Trapped in the Tire. Trapped in the Tire is the enchantment error spell, which of course enchant creatures with a fright. Enchant creatures cannot attack or block, and even it cannot activate its ability as well, which is fantastic. I mean, let's say you're up against your busy have your opponent have hero of the percent. Hero percent of course generates tokens, even though if you like put pacifist on it, but the ability still works every time you put multicolors. But with this, of course, trap in the tire will neutralize that ability at the same time, which I thought is fantastic. Even of course it's uncommon. I mean common, sorry. And even though it's only cost 2, it would pass with one white mama, which is perfect. So, will you put this in your deck? If you're trying to play control, yes. If you're playing mono white, yes. If you're trying to mix up with any other colors with white, yes. Next on our list is Spinning Wheel. Yes, the spinning wheel, as in like the spinning wheel from the Sleeping Beauty story. You know, one touch of the pen of the spinning wheel, she will go to enchant sleep. Which of course it kind of sucks with this. It's an artifact which only costs like 3 mana, and even if you tap it for any color mana, which is okay, even though it won't cost. But even though if you're trying to tap creatures with it, which kind of makes sense, but it's ridiculous because costs 5 mana and tap, and you put someone asleep until end of turn. So no, I will not put this in your deck or in but draft, and unless you're some more intelligent or more smarter person using this, that's pretty okay. But I won't recommend it. Next on our list was, of course, a legendary creature of for the black that would be Arya Yara or something like that, if I pronounce it right. First of the Lord and Wind. She is, of course, only costs 3 mana even though she's legendary. Of course, said here, whenever she enter the battlefield or any other black creatures under the control, your opponent will lose a life and you gain a life. So, fantastic. And also, other about that is sacrifice a black creature and draw a card. Holy crap, I kind of have an idea to use that card for maybe for Mark decks. I mean, like, of course, if somebody's not knowing Mark decks, I will explain that in the future videos of how to play with it. Of course, this card is definitely want to put in for blacks, or maybe, well, mono black, of course, or any other black combination with it too. So, yeah, I mean, even though, of course, if you want to put a cool Chatterbird, which, of course, she is a fantastic color, multi-color creature from the War of the Sparks. Of course, her ability is whenever a creature dies, your opponent loses life and you gain life. So if you use them two, boom, you basically make profit. You basically gain 2 lives out of them. So yeah, there's your combo. But I'll probably make some other combos of it later, but in later streams, well, later videos, sorry. Next on our list is Scorning Dragonfire. Scorning Dragonfire is kinda like a lab corp. Of course, lab corps only do 4 damage to a creature and exile it instead of put in the grave. This is kind of like the same, but reduce off 1 basically down to 3. So a target creature or prey worker, if that creature or prey worker will die in this turn, exile instead. So it's basically it, but I definitely recommend to put in, even though it's red and instinct, which is fantastic, and even only costs like 2 mana. Same with the lava cord, which of course fantastic. So yeah, put it in your deck if you're playing any mono black red or mono color with red in it, of course. Next is probably one of my favorite cards. That is the very charming prince. Yeah. So yeah, we basically got Prince Charming in Magic the Gathering. Of course, this Prince Charming, of course, is only costs 2 mana plus weight, and even of course it only has like 2/2, which is fantastic. Like yeah, you have a very strong prince. It's kind of makes sense that he is a human noble instead of could be a human knight. Even though we see all those prince from those Disney movies that some of them are badasses. Like you got one as an admiral, you got one basically a following knight, another is well basically your stereotype of Prince Charming that every Disney princess always desired. So yeah, Prince Charming when it enters, choose a one of the 3 abilities that is strive for 2, gain a life for free, and exiled another creature you owned and return it to the battlefield on your control that at the beginning at the next end step. So think of that's fantastic. I mean, like, okay, this is might actually work for humans. This is actually could work for model humans in my perspective, even though I own a human deck. And even of course, I assume there's going to be a lot of standards humans deck. Depends of how well it goes. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, in my perspective, you definitely want to put that if you're making a human deck, or maybe, public example, maybe Nate decks as well. Even though it is definitely one of my favorites, definitely going to look out for my list for my most wanted list. Of course, I'm going to do have other video on that in the future. Next on our list is Outlaw Merriment. Outlaw Merriment is enchantment, of course, which only have 4 mana, which of course including 1 red and 2 white. Of course, it said here, at the beginning of your upkeep, choose 1 at random to create a human creature with red and white with these characteristics. You got warrior, you got cleric, you got rogue. Which of course, warrior have trample and haste, cleric have lifelink and haste, and rogue have haste, and even when this creature enters the battlefield, deal the damage to any creatures, any target, sorry, at all. So fantastic. I mean, I'm definitely going to recommend that card if you're going to play humans, of course, because it's definitely going to be fantastic if you're playing model humans or maybe in the standard human deck. So this is going to be fantastic. And even of course, if you play model human, if you have Champion of the Purge, if you put that enchantment there, and of course, every time you gain a human, you basically your Champion of the Purge will increase due to if another human creature enter the battlefield, put a 1/1 creature on the Champion Purge, which is fantastic. Next on is a human knight that is, get this, the Worthy Knight. The Worthy Knight is a fantastic card, of course. Of course, whenever you cast a knight spell, create a white human creature, which is fantastic. So you basically have a generated knight that generate more tokens, which is fantastic, spot on. Even it is cheap. It's only costs like 1 mana, well 2 manas with 1 white, which is spot on. So you definitely want to put that in your knight deck, basically. I mean, even though that's anything I could say about it, even though it have 2/2, which is spot on as well, because make it more worthy. And save for the best one for the last, that would be a mystic creature that would be called the Robin of the Witch. Of course, if you know what that is, that's definitely Robin Hood. Of course, this mystic creature, of course, is a human archer rogue. Makes sense, since it's Robin Hood. Or is busy have ability of Reach and Haste. And even, of course, whenever it's tagged, if the defending creature have more cards than in hand than you, exile the top of their library. During any turn you tag with a rogue, you may cast that card, and you will spend the mana through even the mana of any color for that spell. Holy crap! Fan freaking tastic. So yeah, this card basically can generate any color you want. And even of course it makes sense. This is basically one of those 99%ers who will basically help you succeed. Help you basically destroy flying creatures and even rust attack on it. And even of course as a rogue itself, it basically can even help you get more mana and even the numbers if you're basically, filling out with your hands. Sometimes that's kind of like me in my own games. If I end up, you know, getting, overjoyed. So, yeah, that will be our last card for today. I will be back, probably another video within the next 2 days. Well, thank you guys for staying along. I hope you are enjoying this video, and I hope you will probably subscribe in the future, and of course, please share it out too. I am trying to get my message out there as I can, even of course with my mild autism, and even of course, I will of course going to have some new skills in the future on Throne of Eldraine. So hopefully with my new course will help that. And even of course I will of course will do a video on the pre-release, which of course will be on a Saturday. Which sucks that uh, we used to do it like for 2 days and said we're doing it on Saturday for some reason which I do not know. So thank you for coming by, and bye.